Hello everyone, we are back on Bharat Trailblazers season 2. This is the first episode. We've got somebody who's changed everybody's life, or most of the Indians' lives have been changed by this person. His name is Alok Bansal. He is the one who co-founded Policybazaar and Paisabazaar. Thank you, Alok. Thank you for joining us. Just for everybody's information, Policybazaar today is a listed company. It's got a market cap which is nearing north of 8 lakh crore. But
No, not really. It's a little less than
nearing north. So Alok, अपने बारे में कुछ बताइए. Tell us about yourself. How did you start? Where did you do your schooling from? Where did you do your college from? Where are you from?
That way, I'm a Delhi boy. I mean, I was born and brought up in Delhi. Eventually, did my schooling in Delhi and Noida, and then stepped out for studies to Kanpur and to Calcutta. But yes,
But Delhi se Kanpur and Calcutta, I mean, how was the
you get opportunity wherever you get, and you
admission?
can't really plan it.
Delhi University.
No, see,
So you did engineering? You did?
I did my engineering,
Okay.
but not from IIT. It was a state level college for textiles,
Right.
and then worked for 2 years in Voltas, and then joined IIM Calcutta.
Okay.
And post that, never went back to textiles. I don't know, good or bad, but ended up doing diverse roles across organizations like GE, iGate, M&M, and then along with Yashish and a small team, we ended up creating Policybazaar.
So talk something about your roles. I mean, in IIM alumni from Calcutta, that's great, right?
Basically, what IIT and IIMs teach you is a way to think and solve for a problem. And they also obviously give you a network, which is really, really helpful. I always tell people that, practically if you look at any job, 2 things are core skills. One is solutioning.
Right.
Second is sales. And if you're junior, your focus is more on solutioning. If you're senior, your focus is more on sales.
Right.
And somewhere these colleges ended up, they give you that sort of background where you become comfortable with doing engineering more with solutioning and doing IIM more with sales.
Yeah. So working in corporate India for maybe 7, 8 years?
Yeah, post MBA about 7 years.
7, 8 years. तो ये entrepreneurial bug कहाँ से आया आपको?
No, see,
Idea कहाँ से आया? And the problem that, I mean, you
to be
talked
honest,
about...
Prashant, when I look at, when we were studying at that time also, there was a little bit of this thing that, okay, can we do something of our own? Maybe 2001 when I passed out was not the best time in terms of, maybe capital or internet being a very, very big thing in India. So somewhere, if you come from a normal middle class, it's not possible for you to set up a factory or set up a, large balance sheet business very easily.
Right.
So you're doing what you can do, but whenever you get a chance, you sort of jump in. So in fact, I met Yashish and few other people in a company which was prior to Policybazaar, and they were trying to solve for an insurance-related problem for European markets. So I met Yashish and few others in a company prior to Policybazaar where they were trying to solve for retail insurance requirement for consumers for European markets.
Right.
We were not the promoters or founders there. We were more of a management. But we all got together that business had its own issues and somewhere, we had to come out of it. But
and this was in India? This was in Delhi?
It was, bulk of the staff was in India or Gurgaon.
But you were trying to...
But there was a small token presence in UK and few other countries where we were trying to launch these businesses. That didn't work out very well, as I said. But because the team had got together and we had understood a bit about insurance, that okay, how does it work? And when we look at Indian market, we somehow saw that for Indian middle class, which used to depend a lot on joint family setup for their social security, that sort of support system is breaking down.
Right.
So, and insurance is, to be honest, one of the best products to create that support system for yourself. So that became sort of the starting point for Policybazaar, that why don't we think of solving for that disability for that middle class. And we were very clear, it's for middle class. The total market, you'll be surprised, Prashant, in 2008, the total premium of health insurance and term insurance in India was just 100 crores.
That's it?
That's it. And when you talk to some investors, they may say, okay, you will get 30%, 40% of this market, but still you will be only 30, 40 crores.
That's right.
What's that? Without realizing that 100 crores will not be 100 crores, right?
So just tell me that, when you were 3 or 4 of you and you were planning to do Policybazaar, what was going on in your mind? I mean, and what was that, one point of success and one point of failure, which may have made you think, yaar, ab aage jana hai, ab ruk jana hai?
See, it's very funny. I see, when you look at any startup, not just Policybazaar, when the company is very, very small, you have so many highs and lows, sometimes in a day itself.
Right.
I always give the example that it's like a small boat. तो एक छोटी सी वेव भी हिला जाती है. As you start to grow, छोटी छोटी चीज़ों का इतना impact नहीं होता. So there were so many days where you think, okay, this is the best thing which has happened to you, and so many days where you say, क्या कर लिया?
हाँ, but एक ऐसी, I'm sure ऐसा कुछ आपके जहन में होगा.
So we started off in June 2008.
हाँ.
And by late August 2008, we had run out of our own personal money.
You started with your own personal money?
Yes.
Completely self-funded?
But we had a small team for tech की, for operations की. And by August, पैसे खत्म हो गए थे. And that was again a very big question mark. Now, between founders, Yashish's family was in London. And being in India, managing kids' expenses, which were in pounds, was anyways very, very tough. So there were multiple reasons of not doing it.
Right.
But opportunity बहुत बड़ी लग रही थी. And we also had a small team, तो एक थोड़ी जिम्मेदारी भी थी कि because there is a team and who is trusting us, so you can't really run away.
Right.
And we were in talks with InfoEdge at that time. And on 23rd September, we signed the SHA for the seed round, and they were kind enough to give a small check at that moment itself.
Right.
Which we banked and paid the salary for August and September. But
so what did they find in you? Why did they give the money to you guys?
See, at that early stage, it's very tough to predict what will happen in the business. So what you do, you basically look at whether these founders have what it takes to continue to build it. So basically, भाग तो नहीं जाएंगे, hustle है या नहीं है. And if there's a possibility of this becoming big, तो ये team कर पाएगी क्या?
Right.
And second, क्या ये बड़ा हो भी सकता है? So suppose you are trying to build a business which is very local or doesn't really have an opportunity to grow, तो आप कितनी भी अच्छी टीम ले आओगे, कितना बढ़ेगा? But for a business like Policybazaar, where purely digital, India being such a large space where you can continue to grow, even after 17 years, we just feel that अभी तो बहुत छोटे हैं हम. So I think these are only two things that you bank on.
Right.
But the biggest bet is in the founder and founding team.
So Alok, medical insurance, I think is really a must, right? I think today it's become a must thanks to you and thanks to how much of that market do you today have I think people must be looking up to you to solve India's medical health. I'm not saying problem because that's driven by healthcare as well, but at least the stress of going to the hospital and thinking कि मेरा bill इतना ज़्यादा आएगा, at least that stress goes away, and then the focus is more about patient recovery.
See, ideally, what you're saying should be the case, but unfortunately, that's not the case every time. Insurance, when you're buying the product, it's a contract. That contract means that both sides have to be truthful when they're signing up for the contract. Now, unfortunately, in the offline world, that doesn't happen every time. So, insurance companies have taken a stance कि ठीक है, पॉलिसी के बाद में जब क्लेम आएगा तब हम अंडरराइटिंग करेंगे. Now, if the underwriting happens at the time of claim, it leads to a broken experience.
Right.
Sometimes it can lead to rejections, it can lead to a lot of cumbersome processes, waiting times at the time of discharge. And anyone who's gone through that, feels that ये तो गलत हुआ मेरे साथ.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, eventually insurance companies are in a business of accumulating the risk and then paying the claim. But if they don't understand the risk because of the way disclosures happen,
right,
then they have to do something at the time of claim.
Right.
Choice नहीं है. So थोड़ा tough हो जाता है वहाँ पर.
Yeah, but in terms of just creating the awareness, and I'm sure I don't know what is the number of people who are in insurance policy holders or medical insurance policy holders.
So out of 35 odd crore people who should be buying these products in health insurance, I'm talking about, about 4 to 4.5 crore people will have this product in a retail manner, and about maybe 2 to 2.5 from corporate policies.
तो मतलब at least
But still a
20-25%
huge number of people who are sitting on the fence, and one of the reasons, actually 2 reasons I would say. One, the product itself is not very intuitive that you have to buy. It's not an exciting product, it's a boring category. Just think about it. You have to think about what can go wrong. There is no excitement of buying, there is no immediate gratification, and the best use case is if you never use the product.
Right.
So क्यों खरीदोगे आप? So normally,
it's a
yes,
safety
we have
net.
done a lot of awareness.
It's a safety net. और कुछ नहीं.
We have done a lot of awareness. We have tried to educate customers, but the reality is customers think about it when they see someone in their vicinity, either a friend, family, or a colleague, go through some bad experience, and suddenly it clicks that I need this product. Now the product itself has been designed in a way which actually doesn't solve for it properly. Just think about it. You know how much you can cover, whether it is 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh, doesn't matter, but you know how much you can cover.
Right.
And you really need support from there to infinity.
Right.
The product today exists, it says no, I'll cover the first 5 lakhs.
5 lakhs, yeah.
उसके बाद आप संभाल लो.
हाँ.
ये तो कोई लॉजिक नहीं हुआ. But that's the product which got popularized. So somewhere, I think if you think about it.
But आपके पास renewal आते हैं ना?
नहीं, renewal है, but
renewal rate क्या है इसमें?
Renewal rate काफी अच्छा होता है यार. I think blended basis पे देखेंगे तो हमारी blended book का तो 100% के ऊपर चला जाता है. Premium basis पे.
Right. So but, people see value in it.
Yeah, people do see value. I'm not saying this is a bad product at all. It's a very, very, very essential product. In fact, for Policybazaar, this is the most important product.
Right.
We feel from consumer perspective also, this is one of the first products they should think of from protecting themselves, their family.
Yeah. So what's the differentiation that you have created, or the USP that you have created, or you not only you as a management team, but you as a person has created in this business, or a founder has created?
Okay, so
I know आप मुझे बोलोगे team is the best thing, but
no, that's not. See, typically every business has different parts to it, right? If you think about just the business part, anything that we do, आप हैं, मैं हैं, कोई और है, जो भी करेंगे, we can only influence 3 things. We can influence revenue, we can influence cost, we can influence customer service. किसी बिजनेस में के अलावा चौथी चीज तो होती नहीं है. But what is very, very important is the support network around it.
Right.
Your finance, HR, legal, admin, operations, उस सब के बिना तो डिलीवर नहीं हो सकता. And since by training and background and my mindset was more towards process and control,
right,
within the organization, I sort of became champion of that part.
Right.
And yes, we do have a BD team, we do have a tech team, we do have marketing teams, but
the entire discipline,
the whole institutionalization of the company process वो मेरे पास था. Now, coming to the customer side, yes, whatever was in my span in that sense was very, very important from sales and service perspective.
Right.
But see, when a customer is trying to buy, अगर आप खुद जाकर ढूंढना चाहें ना, पॉलिसी पे मत आइएगा. आप मार्केट में ढूंढिए कि आपके लिए हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस कौन सी ठीक है. Hand on heart, even today, it will take you at least 15-20 days.
Right.
To find the right option for yourself.
It is very confusing.
On top of that,
it is really confusing.
A lot of time people will be driving you towards transaction because that is good for them, not for you. That's the unfortunate truth.
Yeah, that's right.
And then, how do you expect them to support you at the time of claim?
Right.
See, we as an organization have a lot of focus on claims.
Right.
And because the quality of book was good, insurance companies end up looking at it a little differently as well. So India में out of every 100 claims, 15 get rejected. Roughly average बता रहा हूँ health side पे.
Right.
Policybazaar के data पे that will be 4-5.
Okay.
So customers को claim settlement high मिल गया. So insurance companies के claim ratio कम हो गया. So both sides seem to win.
Right. But what is that? The claim processing time is like anywhere from 6 hours to 8 hours, and sitting in a hospital waiting for the claim to be processed, in spite of the fact कि पहले एक प्री अप्रूवल आ चुका होता है. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम जब आपका एडमिशन होता है कुछ होता है, एक प्री अप्रूवल आ जाता है. तो उसको कम करने के लिए, I mean, what is that you're doing? How are you solving that problem for us as a larger population?
Okay, so देखो प्री अप्रूवल का मतलब क्या है? प्री अप्रूवल इज ओनली फॉर इनिशिएशन एंड एडमिशन. It is banking on some data which the hospital has provided, on which insurance company say, okay, I will honor the claim, but I have to look at the data at the time of discharge. Now, if the data goes to the TPA or the insurance company in the format and as per the details that they need,
Right.
their processing time is actually not very, very high.
Huh.
So, here I would say it is not just the insurance companies which is creating the delay.
Right.
It's an interaction between the hospital and the insurance company and the back and forth which happens. That is one of the reasons. And second, and very unfortunately, that interaction happens over phone or mail.
Right.
It doesn't happen through integrated systems.
Right.
So, suppose
that's true.
insurance company responded, but the person sitting in the TPA desk is not really aware, या उसने mail check नहीं की उस time पे,
हाँ तो फिर वो रुक
तो क्यों में नीचे रहेगा वो?
Right.
फिर you will go and say कि यार मेरा वाला claim का कुछ आंसर आया है, he'll say ओ check किया, हाँ आ गया था.
हाँ.
So, the focus for the hospital is treatment.
Right.
And unfortunately, customer experience उसका बहुत बड़ा part नहीं है.
हाँ.
From insurance company perspective, if they have to pay, whether they're paying 2 hours or 6 hours, how does it matter? But they have to check for 3 things. And it may sound very odd, but they have to check for these. First, pure frauds. There are enough ample cases where healthcare provider had participated in some of the fraud.
Really? Okay.
And there are enough cases that insurance companies know about. The second one is they check for over treatment or unnecessary treatments.
Basically, they're trying to see how they can inflate.
Because, they may have a view
That's right.
कि ये क्या हो रहा है. And then sometimes, although insurance company don't really do that, but the healthcare vertical itself is incentivized to be inefficient. इनएफिशिएंसी क्या होती है? इनएफिशिएंसी का मतलब है कि आपने एक ग्लव की जगह 4 ग्लव यूज कर लिए.
तो आप पॉलिसी बाजार कुछ कर रहा है इसके लिए? हेलो, आप कुछ कर रहे हैं? Are you creating a common platform?
We are trying to, so not a common platform for the existing system.
हाँ.
See, we are not a TPA, we are not an insurance company.
That's right.
तो हमारा
But you are see, the thing is that when I buy an insurance or anybody buys, they buy it on Policybazaar.
So हमारा बंदा वहाँ खड़ा होकर वो फाइट मारता है.
हाँ.
So instead of the patient or the attendant running around, it is our person who will be running around, who will be coordinating, who will be taking all the pain away as much as possible.
Right.
And maybe reduce
the time,
the discharge time to some extent.
Right.
I won't say they will compress it to a very, very small window, but because they will be always on the head of the TPA desk.
Right. Right.
But see, today, 2 problems. One, insurance companies usually deal with a very, very large number of hospitals.
Right.
And because you're dealing with such a large number of hospitals,
education to hospitals,
it becomes very tough to have very deep integration and coordination.
Right.
The second part, the insurance plan, the health insurance plan today is created from hospitalization perspective, not healthcare perspective.
Right.
See, आप customer हो, you don't want to be in hospital. Insurance company ने plan बेचा है, they don't want you in hospital. But hospital wants you in hospital. So you need to have a hospital which also says, no, I also don't want you.
Right.
So I won't call it hospital, I'll call it a healthcare service layer.
Right.
And that's where we have started that healthcare venture. We were saying for insurance customers, if you have got a plan which, in a way restricts you not to go to every place, but gets you to a small set of hospitals or managed set of hospitals. Globally, these are called HMO models. Then you don't have to worry about anything.
Right.
Everything will be very, very smooth. The aim actually is you will not even have a bill or a claim. Last day, 7:30 a.m. in the morning, you get a message that 9 o'clock doctor will come for the round and 9:15 you are out. कि bill और claim तो है ही नहीं.
Right.
क्योंकि अपना हॉस्पिटल है, अपने मैनेज्ड है, तो आपको पता है कोई रिस्क नहीं है, इनएफिशिएंसी नहीं है, फ्रॉड नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है.
So you are. This is a PB Health which you are.
Yeah. So this is a separate venture on which PB Fintech, which is the holdco for Policybazaar, has got 26% stake.
Right.
And then there are other early stage VCs and others who have put in the money.
So you're creating a hospital chain.
We are starting with NCR. And in fact, within NCR also, I think Noida and Gurgaon will be faster than Delhi for us. And we'll have our own hospital. But as I said, hospital is just one piece of the whole jigsaw here.
Right. It's the overall health.
You will have digital GP, which is available 24 hours to you whenever you need to talk to that person. You will have very high focus on preventive. You will have focus on home care, day cares. A lot of these things are not today covered properly. Even OPD will be covered. Everything will be covered.
So Alok, tell me, how does this idea germinate? मतलब आप पॉलिसी से स्टार्ट किया आपने, फिर आपने कहा लोन देते हैं, पैसा बाजार, अब आप कह रहे हो आपको हेल्थ केयर भी देते हैं. मतलब how is as a founder, how are you germinating all these ideas and how are you testing these ideas and how are you growing? Because you are also raising funds, and $200 million is not small. The bet could go one way or the other now you have more at stake. Because now you have a reputation.
No, I think we understand it's a risky venture. It's the way we are thinking about it right now is quite utopian.
Right.
You are trying to create almost an NHS layer for India, for middle class India. Now, I won't call it for India because government is doing what they have to do with Ayushman Bharat and everything. But for middle class India who doesn't want to go to the hospitals, you need to have a similar sort of healthcare service layer.
Right.
And coming back to the idea question, see, when you think of strategy, बहुत मोटी बुक्स पढ़ी हैं सबने हमने, लेकिन स्ट्रेटेजी में 4 ही चीज आती हैं बस. आई हैव दिस हैबिट ऑफ मेकिंग मॉडल्स, तो मैं इसलिए बोलता रहता हूँ ऐसे. 1, यू कैन गो डीप. व्हाट इज डीप? आप कस्टमर एक्सपीरियंस जितना एंड टू एंड संभाल सकते हैं उतना संभालना चाहते हैं. तो हमारे केस में वी वांट टू पार्टिसिपेट इन प्रोडक्ट क्रिएशन विद आवर पार्टनर्स. वी वांट टू गिव अ सुपीरियर बाइंग एक्सपीरियंस, सर्विस एक्सपीरियंस, क्लेम एक्सपीरियंस, एवरीथिंग एंड टू एंड. हॉस्पिटल उसका पार्ट बन जाता है अपने आप ही. सेकेंड इज यू कैन गो वाइड.
Right.
Which is what Policybazaar के बाद पैसाबाजार बन गया, कल को कुछ और भी हो सकता है. But these are somewhere connected products.
Right.
Third is conglomerate वाली strategy. एक टाटा स्टील से टाटा मोटर बना, TCS भी बना. वो तो हम नहीं कर रहे.
Like different businesses.
Fourth is geographical expansion. So यही 4 चीज होती हैं. हमारा बहुत clear focus है. We want to do the first.
We just go deep.
Second, we evaluate and then we decide करना है नहीं करना है. थर्ड एंड फोर्थ अभी तो नहीं है कहीं पे भी हम.
बट आपने जोग्राफिकली कुछ किया है ना यूएई में, यू हैव डन समथिंग राइट.
यूएई तो यार प्रैक्टिकली इतने सारे इंडियंस हैं तो दे ऑलरेडी नो द ब्रांड बिकॉज दे ऑल वॉच द सेम टीवी चैनल्स, क्रिकेट एंड एवरीथिंग.
राइट.
एंड लॉट ऑफ इंडियंस लिविंग इन दुबई यूज्ड टू कम टू policybazaar.com टू बाय अ पॉलिसी फॉर देयर एसेट्स और पेरेंट्स और समथिंग इन इंडिया.
अच्छा. सो यू आर नॉट प्रोवाइडिंग द.
सो देन दे सेड कि यार हमारे को कोई लोकल प्रोडक्ट भी दे दो. देन वी स्टार्टेड अ स्मॉल टीम एंड क्रिएटेड policybazaar.ae.
राइट.
बट फोकस वहाँ पे काफी ज्यादा एनालिसिस ही होते हैं, वही आते हैं.
Right. No, I think this is right. And a lot of companies have gone overseas and then come back.
Yeah, Dubai is almost, you go there, आपको पता ही है, मतलब it feels like a cleanest Indian city.
That's right. It's a cleanest city. How do you keep your employees motivated? What's your attrition rate? How do you keep your employees motivated? How do you keep your agents motivated?
See, if you think of us and an organization, there is a very large operations piece, which is both call center and physical people who go and meet with customers. There is obviously tech and marketing piece, and then there is a management layer. The biggest challenge for most of the companies is attrition at the management layer.
Right.
Because they are the people who are driving everything. Touchwood, in our case, that attrition is almost negligible.
And when you say management,
these are top maybe 100, 200 people in the company.
And there's zero attrition.
Almost zero attrition in that layer for like very early days. This is not a job for them.
A partnership approach with them, or
I think
they being the stakeholders.
We have been able to build a culture where they believe it's their own.
Right.
They're not doing a job. तो एक बार वो यहाँ पे आ गए तो यहाँ के हो गए फिर.
So let me ask you one more thing. That how is this investments that you're doing on AI, and how is AI? Are you embracing AI? Are you resisting AI? What are you doing with artificial intelligence? How is it going to change the life of the people that buy on Policybazaar? And
technology will keep evolving, Prashant. Few years back we all heard about big data. Now it's all about
deep tech.
AI. I always actually say deep tech. And for a business like Policybazaar, which is mostly digital, this is not even a choice.
Right.
So we have 2 very clear use case for that today. One is towards the whole efficiency and operations piece,
Right.
where we are able to do lots and lot of stuff. So, couple of examples maybe. One, the calls have to be summarized.
Right.
Right. Now, that call earlier used to be summarized by the person who is taking the call, our call center person. Today, the summary can be done automatically because of the LLM models that we have built in-house. It's more accurate, it's more detailed as well. Secondly, we used to have a quality team. So 3% कॉल को आप सुनते थे, उसके ऊपर फिर ऑडिट होता था, जो भी होता है जैसे कंपनी में होता है. टुडे वी डोंट हैव अ क्वालिटी टीम, बट वी लिसन टू 100% कॉल बिकॉज ऑफ अगेन दीज एलएम मॉडल्स.
राइट.
तो एफिशिएंसी इंप्रूव हो गई है. सो हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस जैसे प्रोडक्ट की हम बात कर रहे थे, हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस में आज से 5 साल पहले पर ट्रांजेक्शन 2 आवर टॉक टाइम था. यानी मैंने 2 आवर टॉक टाइम.
रियली?
आज वो करीब 40-45 मिनट पे होगा.
ओके.
तो एफिशिएंसीज तो आती हैं अपने आप ही. सेकंड, इंश्योरेंस में बिकॉज रिस्क का प्रोडक्ट है, the fraud becomes a very important part.
Right. So you use a lot.
So we do a lot of deep tech to control the fraud or at least highlight the fraud to the partner.
Right.
Again, simple example दे सकता हूँ. When a person comes to Policybazaar to buy say term insurance, because term insurance में सबसे risk हो जाता है क्योंकि term insurance में you are paying 1 rupee premium for 1000 rupee cover.
Right.
Roughly.
Yeah.
So वहाँ पे 1% fraud भी बहुत बुरी प्रॉब्लम करके रखता है हमारे पार्टनर्स के लिए.
Right.
So if we believe based on the behavior on the website और ऐप कि यहाँ पे फ्रॉड का रिस्क लग रहा है, हम रोक देते हैं प्रोसेस को. एंड वी आस्क कस्टमर्स कि आप 15 सेकंड का एक वीडियो भेजिए हमारे को, ये लाइन बोलनी है.
Right.
And we are able to do huge amount of stuff with a 15-second video.
Really?
Because we already have your ID proof, your voice sample, your
So
lot of
with
details.
your voice sample, you can make out.
So we can do
the health
voice
of
matching, face matching, geo tagging, let long, which mobile you are using, what is the background of the video. Huge amount of stuff. And about 4% frauds we are able to tag and about 3% potential fraud. Eventually 5 to 5.5% policy issue नहीं होती हैं.
Right.
Maybe वो ऑफलाइन में आती होंगी, हमारे से तो नहीं हो पाती हैं. It makes our book की quality better and eventually makes the ecosystem a little bit more honest. That today we are about $250 billion. राइट. 1 लाख करोड़ होता है ट्रिलियन रुपीज ऐसे. तो करीब 24,000 करोड़ के करीब का प्रीमियम था लास्ट ईयर हमारा, जो हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म के थ्रू गया था सब मिला के. वी वांट टू गेट दैट टू मोर देन 1 लाख करोड़ इन 5 years. So 1 trillion rupees plus.
So basically 4 times.
So growth पे बहुत हाई फोकस रहेगा. But growth not for the sake of growth only.
Right.
That growth obviously has to come with efficiency, has to come with solving bigger and bigger problem for the customers. So we got reinsurance broker license last year so that we can work on the product creation with our partners. We got this healthcare venture.
Right.
We created garage network. Small बहुत सारी चीजें कर रहे हैं हम. So that depth भी आ जाए, growth भी आ जाए.
So Alok, tell me what's in. I'm sure you bought policies for yourself from Policybazaar, and I know you may not have taken loans from Paisabazaar, or you've taken loans.
नहीं यार, वो तो नहीं है.
वो नहीं है. But आपने कौन सी पॉलिसी ली है and how is your, you should disclose to
My
us.
earliest policies were actually around term insurance. Because again, term insurance is a job loss in a way, right? And I was of the thought कि यार अगर खुदा ना खास्ता कुछ हो गया तो फैमिली के लिए कुछ तो सपोर्ट सिस्टम होना चाहिए. टर्म इंश्योरेंस मेरे पास काफ़ी लंबे टाइम तक रही थी. लास्ट 1-2 साल से मैंने डिसकंटिन्यू कर दिया बिकॉज बाय गॉड्स ग्रेस अब एसेट हैं. So if you can underwrite your own risk, then you don't need that.
Right.
Car insurance obviously होती है सबके पास, तो वो तो है ही.
Right.
तो यार.
Outside of work, Alok, what is your interest? What is your hobby? Don't tell me I don't have any time for anything.
नहीं यार, टाइम तो होता है.
आप हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस बेच रहे हैं तो लोगों के वेलनेस और हेल्थ के बारे में सोचते हैं.
I think for the most part team works harder than me. तो मेरे पास टाइम होता है. थोड़ा odd है, but I have a passion for learning, so I keep on trying to learn new things all the time.
अच्छा, okay.
तो YouTube पे कुछ देख रहा हूँ, कभी बैठ के मैथ्स के ओलंपियाड पे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हो रहे हैं तो वो देख रहा हूँ. कभी हिस्ट्री, ज्योग्राफी, फिलोसफी, फिजिक्स, अलग अलग चीज़ें. But learning new things is really something I love to do as much as possible.
But it's like knowledge acquisition, or
not for any purpose. It's just for self satisfaction.
Right.
I love knowing things. शायद OCD है थोड़ा सा कि पता होना चाहिए. बट हाँ, उस पर जब भी मौका मिलता है, जितना मौका मिलता है,
Okay. Favorite sport for you, Alok? Cricket है normally तो इंडिया में लोगों का, but आपका cricket.
I used to play almost every sport except for hockey. Hockey में डर लगता था बॉल लगने का.
हाँ.
लेकिन क्रिकेट, फुटबॉल, टीटी, बैडमिंटन कम खेला रिलेटिवली.
So what do you follow right now?
क्रिकेट और फुटबॉल. क्रिकेट आता है तो देख ही लेते हैं.
So what is the latest that you are watching? Do you like series? You like?
यार जब से थोड़ा हेल्थ केयर वाले वेंचर पे फोकस करना शुरू किया है तो आई एम ट्राइंग टू गेट मोर कंफर्टेबल विद द हाउ हेल्थ केयर वर्क्स एंड हाउ हॉस्पिटल्स वर्क.
हाँ, अच्छा.
बिकॉज ना हेल्थ केयर के बारे में पता ना मेडिकल टर्म्स
Right.
पता.
हाँ.
तो आई एम ट्राइंग टू एज मच एज पॉसिबल थोड़ा थोड़ा चाहे ग्रेट एनाटॉमी हो, हाउस हो, न्यू एंशन हो, मतलब वो वाली सीरीज देखना शुरू कर रहा हूँ मैं आजकल.
हाँ.
तो थोड़ी लर्निंग तो आ जाए कि हॉस्पिटल में होता क्या है.
So everything is about learning.
यार
What is your advice to people who want to get into entrepreneurship now?
now क्या यार, पहले भी यही थी, आज भी यही है. आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ पीपल एंड अप ओवर थिंकिंग.
हाँ.
बहुत ज़्यादा सोच के बहुत ज़्यादा प्लान बना के नहीं हो सकता. अब मेरे केस में तो मेरे को लगता है यार प्लान भी बनाना भी नहीं चाहिए. मतलब थोड़ा ऑड है बोलना, बट इफ़ यू ऑलवेज हैव अ बैकअप प्लान ना, तो आप जंप भी नहीं कर पाओगे.
So just have a plan and go for it.
Yeah,
But
but with the condition that you should be comfortable if it didn't work out.
हाँ.
See, life में अगर ये वर्कआउट नहीं होगा तो everything will change.
Right.
Somewhere you and your family both have to be comfortable कि अगर नहीं हुआ तो वो भी ठीक है.
हाँ.
मैं तो घर में बात की थी अपनी वाइफ से इस बारे में ओपनली शुरू में कि
हाँ.
नहीं चला तो क्या होगा.
हाँ.
हमने कहा यार गुड़गांव में एक घर है, उसको बेच देंगे, कुछ पैसे मिल जाएंगे, लोन उतार देंगे, भिवाड़ी चले जाएंगे.
हाँ.
भिवाड़ी में सस्ता है,
हाँ.
बच्चों को खुद पढ़ा देंगे, छोटे स्कूल में पढ़ा देंगे. वो भी नहीं मैनेज होगा तो मम्मी डैडी का घर है नोएडा में, वहाँ ऊपर वाला कमरा खाली है, वहाँ रह लेंगे. मैं कहता इतना तो स्किल है कि रोटी रोटी आती रहेगी.
Right. Right.
बट आई कांट प्रॉमिस कि यू विल हैव द सेम लाइफस्टाइल एज माय फ्रेंड्स और बैचमेट्स देन.
Right. Right.
बट
So be prepared for the worst and think of the best. Is that what you're saying?
या मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा सोच के फायदा नहीं है. करना है तो करना है फिर.
Any final advice for the audience, Alok? Apart from buying health insurance and term insurance and vehicle insurance and getting onto your health
या
program.
मैं तो ये कहता हूँ एक ही लाइफ है. व्हेन यू विल 50, 60, 70 and you're looking back, try to not have a regret.
Yeah, I think that's a great philosophy. No wonder all your employees and your team is very happy because I think you lead by example, and no wonder you've got 200 people of your top management being a part of your organization. Thank you very much, Alok. Thank you. We really had a great conversation. And thank you.